A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Hope you will be in good health. This is lecture 10 of the integral equations. In previous lecture, I talked about the successive approximations method for the solution of predominant integral equations of second kind. In today's lecture, I will discuss about another method, namely successive substitutions method for the solution of predominant integral equations of second kind. In this lecture, first I will discuss the basic procedure of the successive substitutions method. Then we will try the successive substitutions method to solve some test problems, and finally I will end with references. Successive substitutions method. This method introduces the solution of predominant integral equations of second kind in a series form through evaluating single integral and multiple integrals as well. This means that in this method we will find out the solution of predominant integral equation of second kind in a series form, and this series form can be constructed through evaluation of single integral and multiple integrals. Remember, there should be single and multiple integrals, so you should be mentally ready that the computational work needed in this method is huge compared with other techniques like ADM, modified ADM, the successive approximations method, and direct computations method, and so on. To start the method, initially we consider the predominant integral equation of second kind given in 1, where n1 k of xt is the unknown, the separable kernel, and u is the unknown function to be determined. First, you can see that u of t is under the integral sign, so we compute this u of t from this equation 1. For this we set x is equal to t and t is equal to t1 in equation 1. So using the substitutions, x is equal to t and t is equal to t1, the value of u of t can be computed, and that u of t is given in 2, where you can see that this equation 2 is basically equation 1, just we have used x is equal to t and t is equal to t1. Now you saw in previous slide that this u of t was under the integral sign in equation 1, so replacing this u of t in the right hand side of equation 1 by its obtained value in equation 2, we get equation 2a, and this equation 2a is basically equation 1, just we have substituted u of t with this expression. Now after a little simplification, this integrals or these expressions can be written in this form, and also this double integral from a to b k of xt, integral from a to b k of dt1 u of t1 dt1 d2 can also be written in this form. Now this equation 3 is basically equation 2a, so the left hand side of this equation is u of x as mentioned earlier, and you see that now we have u of t1. So again we will find out this u of t1 to construct a series. You can see that there is a first integral and double integral over here, but now we substitute this u of t1, so this u of t1 can be found out again from equation 1 by putting x is equal to t1 and t is equal to t2. So putting x is equal to t1 and t is equal to t2 in equation 1, we get equation 4, and this equation 4 is basically u of t1 is equal to f of t1 plus lambda integral from a to b k of t1 t2 u of t2 dt2. Now you can see that in equation 3 we have u of t1, so we substitute this equation 4 over here. So using this u of t1 in equation 3, we get equation 5, and this equation 5 can be obtained from equation 4 after little simplification. Now you can see that this equation 5 contain single integral, double integrals and triple integrals, and this process is will be continue. So we have u of t2 now. To compute this u of t2, again we use equation 1, but now we will use x is equal to t2 and t is equal to t3. So when we substitute this x is equal to t2 and t is equal to t3, accordingly the general series form of u of x is given in 6, and this series is continued. So you can see that this equation 6, basically this is our solution, and in this solution we have single and multiple integrals, and this continues, this is continuous. So this means that we have the series is infinite, and we will take for simplicity up to double or triple integrals just to confirm that there is a series, and by evaluating these integrals we can find out the solution. So this equation 6 is basically our general series form containing single and multiple integrals. Now we take a specific example to check the successive substitutions method. So first we consider the predominant integral equation of second kind given in 7, where in 7 xt is the separable kernel, which is basically k of xt, and comparing this with the general form of the predominant integral equation of second kind, our f of x is 23 by 6x and our lambda is 1 by 8, k of xt is xt. Now we use equation 6. So you saw in previous slide that the first term in equation 6 was f of x. So we replaced that f of x with 23 by 6x. The second term in equation 6 was lambda integral from a to b k of xt f of t dt. Since k of xt is basically xt, so we substitute k of xt is equal to xt, and since f of x is 23 by 6x and f of t will be 23 by 6t, so by putting k of xt and f of t, we are getting 23 by 6 xt square. Since k of xt is xt and f of t is 23 by 6t, so that should be 23 by 6 xt square dt. Plus the third term was lambda square integral from a to b k of xt k of tt1 f of t1 dt1 dt. This was the third term of equation 6. Now we have lambda is equal to 1 by 8, so lambda square will be 1 by 8 square, integral from 0 to 1, integral from 0 to 1. Our xt is our k of xt is xt, so there should be xt into k of tt1, that should be tt1, and f of t1, so f of t1 is basically 23 by 6x 23 by 6 t1. So by putting k of xt, k of tt1 and f of t1, we are getting 23 by 6 x t1 square and t square dt1 dt plus so on. Just we are taking up to double integrals for simplification, because if we continue in this manner, so there should be triple integral and fourth integral, so the calculation is will become complicated. So we start just from first integral and up to second integral to confirm that there is a series. There should be a series. Now in this slide we first evaluate this double integral. So in double integral we first evaluate the internal part, so we are taking t square out of the integral sign and also 23 by 6x out of the integral sign, because this internal integral is with respect to t1, so t square and x and 23 by 6, these are like constant. So the integral will be equal to integral from 0 to 1 23x by 6 t1 square dt1, t square is taken common, and also we take here 23x by 6 out of the integral sign, and integrating t1 square with respect to t1, we are getting t1 cube by 3 from 0 to 1. So by applying upper limit and lower limit, that should be just 1 by 3. So 23x by 6 into 1 by 3, and this dot stand for multiplication. Now using this in the double integral, we are getting equation 9. where equation 9 is just equation 8, but we have placed the we have computed the internal part of the integral and substituted that value. Now we compute this integral as well as this integral. Now the value of this integral is equal to 1 by 8 integral from 0 to 1 23 by 6 xt square dt. Again this integral is with respect to t, so 23 by 6 x should be taken outside, or this is like a constant. So by taking this outside of the integral sign and integrating t square with respect to t, we are getting t cube by 3, and from 0 to 1. Again applying the upper and lower limit, we are getting 23x by 6 into 24. Since 23x is in the numerator and in the denominator we have 6 into 8 and 3 is from here, so that should be 6 into 24. So the value of this integral is basically 23x by 6 into 24. Now we evaluate this integral. So this integral is 1 by 8 square integral from 0 to 1 23 by 6 into 1 by 3 x t square dt. Again 23 by 6 and 1 by 3 x, this is constant, like constant, because we have x term, but this is constant for t because integration is with respect to t. So by taking this 23 by 6 x3 out of the integral sign and integrating this t square with respect to t from 0 to 1, we are getting t cube by 3, and again from applying from 0 to 1 we are getting 1 by 3 again. So 1 by 3 and 1 by 3, that should be 1 by 9, and 1 by 8 square, that should be 1 by 64. So 23x is in numerator and 6 is in denominator, and 64 multiplying with the 9, that should be 576. So the evaluation of this integral is basically equal to 23x by 6 into 576. Now using the value of this integral and this integral in equation 9, we are getting equation 10. So equation 10 has been obtained from equation 9 by taking 23 by 6 x common from the whole series, and by taking this common we are getting 1 plus 1 by 24 plus 1 by 576 and so on. Now you can see that this equation, in equation 10 we have a series, and that series is basically 1 plus 1 by 24 plus 1 by 576 and so on. So we find out the summation of this geometric series, and the formula for the summation of geometric series is given by Sn is equal to a1 by 1 minus r, where a1 is the first term of this geometric series and r is the common ratio. So in our case common ratio is 1 by 24, because division of this second term by 1 is 1 by 24, and similarly division of this 1 by 576 with 1 by 24, again that should be 1 by 24. This means that our common ratio r is 1 by 24 and our a1 is basically 1. So using this formula, this one, for the summation of this series we are getting a1 which is 1 by 1 minus r, so 1 by 1 minus 1 minus 1 by 124. So by taking LCM 24 over here, we are getting 24 minus 1, that is just 23 divided by 24, so that 24 can be shifted to numerator, and we are getting 23 by 6x into 24 by 23. Now 23 and 23, that should be cancel out, and 6 into 4, that should be 24. So 4 into x, that should be just 4x. Now this u of x is equal to 4x is the solution of the integral equation 7 by using the method of successive substitutions method. So what we did, we just considered a predominant integral equations of second kind, and then we substituted f of x, lambda, and the values of k of xt, k of tt1 and so on. We have constructed a series, and finally the series become the series has been shifted to geometric series. We computed the sum, and finally we computed the solutions, and that solution is basically equal to 4x. These are the references. Student have the book in soft as well as in hard form, so try to solve exercise 2.6 in this book, and if you have any question, you can ask me through email. Thank you very much.